A while ago, I made a video that was a great misconception about black people being stupid. And I consider that to be one of the most important videos I made. It's important to me. And if you look through my videos, I make a lot of videos that are in support of minorities, obviously, but in particular blacks. And there's a good reason for that, because I am also a dark-skinned man, and I have gone through the same kind of bullshit that blacks have gone through growing up in this country. You know, we have been oppressed in similar ways. So when blacks are oppressed, I'm oppressed, and I would expand that to saying that whenever blacks are oppressed, all minorities are oppressed. So that's why I think that supporting the rights of blacks is extremely important, not just because it's right, but because it benefits everyone. So what I'm about to say, I hope blacks especially know that I am saying this in your own best interest, because you're very important to me. You need to stop. You need to stop believing in this fairy tale nonsense. I'm talking about God, and in particular Christianity. Okay, God is one thing, but let's go step by step. If nothing else, I would ask you, stop being Christian. Just stop. I mean, you need to stop and think for just 2 seconds. Ask a question. Ask a question. Why is it that my family is Christian? We're black. We originally came from Africa. Right? Our ancestors from Africa were not Christian. Okay, I know some pedantic idiot out there is going to say something like how Ethiopia is a Christian African country, and it indigenously became Christian. Had nothing to do with slavery. Fine, I know that already. That's not the point. That is the exception. It's not the rule. The vast majority of African Americans are Christian because of slavery. When your black ancestors were brought over here as slaves, they had Christianity forced on them. They already had indigenous beliefs which had nothing to do with Christianity. The only reason why your family is Christian is because of a white slave owner at one time in the past forced his bullshit religion on your ancestors, and it was passed on from generation to generation. And no one through that entire lineage ever bothered to ask for just 2 seconds, why do we believe this? And the answer is because of a white man. A white man forced his religion on you. And when you rationalize it like that, is this really something that you take to heart? You're taking to heart the religion of a slave owner. It's not real. It's a fairy tale for adults. It's bad enough that there's no evidence supporting it. What makes it worse is that it's a remnant of slavery. That's what it is. It's a vestige. One of the last vestiges of slavery that still exists to this day. So it's up to you to finally relinquish that. Because all it's doing is holding you back. You know, there were many great black scientists. One of the greatest was, of course, George Washington Carver. He was a legend, and he inspired many blacks to pursue academics. Unfortunately, he attributed all of his success and all of his knowledge to Jesus Christ and God. In spite of all of his genius, he was still brainwashed to the point of where he didn't understand that this is still just a vestige of slavery. That this is just bullshit. He never bothered to question it. I'm challenging you. Question it. And then once you question Christianity, question God. Okay, because once you realize Christianity is bullshit, you realize God is just, it's bullshit too. There's no difference. So don't go from Christianity to Islam or something like that. It's, you know, it doesn't solve the problem. You're still holding yourself back. Religion provides no application. You're not going to advance our species with religion. You advance our species with knowledge. And no knowledge can be obtained from religion because it has no explanatory power. It's just made up fairy tales for adults. That's it. Now, I'm also going to have to criticize culture. I think blacks need to stop obsessing over stupid ass shit. Like becoming a rap star or becoming a basketball star or any other idiotic sport like baseball or football. Please, please, it's useless. It's bullshit. When you pursue a career in that, you're not advancing your people. You're advancing yourself. Even if you become a huge superstar, you're only advancing yourself. You're not advancing your people. The only way you advance your people is through education and academics. Not through a personal success story of becoming an athlete. Athletics is for idiots. Academics is for people with brains. And please, you know, there's nothing wrong with liking rap. I like rap. I love rap. But there's something wrong with obsessing over grungy, disgusting rap stars who have metal for teeth. Okay? Please stop supporting these imbeciles, especially morons like Soulja Boy. Soulja Boy is a retard. And if you like him, you are also a retard. Okay? At least enjoy... It's okay to enjoy the music. Don't obsess over the person who makes the music. Okay? It's the same thing with obsessing over a sports star. These are people who do something for a living, and that's their problem. If you enjoy the music, fine. But don't idolize them. It's the same thing as idolizing God. And the worst part is that these people are just... They're human beings. They're just like you and me, so they're not special. You should think of yourself as special, and then strive towards something that's productive. And if you are living in the ghettos, please, please, get out as soon as possible and don't have sex. Please don't have sex. The major problem with the ghettos is that the cycle perpetuates. There's so many things that are inhibiting growth in those places. Just being there is catastrophic. But when you're fucking and then you produce offspring and you're like 16 years old and you're taking care of the kid yourself, you're just creating more problems. The cycle is continuing, and you're making you're holding your people back. You're not advancing your people. So I can do so much by trying to clear up stereotypes, trying to educate whites so that they understand that blacks are not naturally inferior. But it's also up to the blacks to do something productive and advance yourselves. Anyway, I don't think I was too harsh. Usually I'm harsher. Yeah. Enigma Hood signing off.